Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video showing you how to quickly and easily add cutline files to any silhouette file that you have. And this is useful for a number of people. Specifically, it works really well for someone who has designed their own stickers and wants to quickly add cutline files, because otherwise you'd have to go through and click individual boxes and add the settings there, and it just, this does not look good. It's cutting the wrong borders, and sometimes it'll cut out the text, which is just not what you want. So it works really well for that purpose. Also, specifically, if you purchase the templates from my blog, those don't come pre-formatted for this reason, because I think this is a lot easier to do. So you should definitely use this method if you're using those. The next type of person who would particularly benefit from this, probably the most in my opinion, is someone who is distributing or sharing their files, their cutline files, either through selling or through blogs. Because, for example, if you had a sheet like this and you were to just post it as is with the cut lines format and everything, there is nothing that stops anyone from going through and just completely changing what's going on here, and it kind of takes away the unique design that you may have established for yourself through your business, and essentially gives people a free template to make whatever they want. And so if that's not what you want to do, and you want this to be completely flattened and give people only the option of using it to cut it, this method works out really well, and it's the method that I've been using for a really long time, and I've seen no issues with it so far. So this method works a number of ways, depending on the edition of silhouette that you're using. I'm using Designer Edition right now, but a lot of people are going to be on Basic Edition. I'm going to run under the assumption that Basic Edition has not changed since I've last used it, and that Business Edition runs similar to Designer Edition in this way, in that it probably has the same features and plus more. So with those assumptions, we can get started. So I have this page here, which is the first page from the pastel fashion kit that I have on my Etsy shop right now. So let's say I just finished working with this and I'm ready to add cut lines. The way you normally would, and I showed this before, you would go into your cut settings and it would show you something like this. You would go into individual boxes, select cut edge. Sometimes you'd have to go into them and select no cut. It generally takes a while, especially if you have pages. This one's kind of simple, but if you have more complex pages with a lot of layering going on, it can take forever. So what I would suggest doing is, let me get out of that. What you're going to do is you're going to want to flatten this page by converting it to a PDF. And the first method I'm going to show you is Designer Edition, and then after that I'll move on to Basic Edition. So in Designer Edition, what you'll want to do is you'll want to print this page as a PDF. So I'm going to hit Control P since I'm on a PC, print to PDF, and this will either come pre-installed on your device, or you may have to go online and find software that does this for you, where you can download a print to PDF. And this is because Silhouette Studio does not directly let you save as a PDF, it only lets you print as PDF, which works fine as well. It's not that much different. So I'm going to hit print, and it's going to open up my folders, and I'm just going to save it here. I'm going to use the same name as I did when I tested this out. Yeah, we'll replace that. And it's going to take a while to print. And the time that it takes to print, or I guess to process this as a PDF, depends on what else you have going on in your background, your processing speed, etc. Sometimes it's taken me literally 5 seconds. Sometimes it's taken over a minute. Usually it's somewhere around this speed that you're seeing here. So once that's done, let's see. Okay, so now that that's done, I can go through and click open, and in Designer Edition it'll allow me to open a PDF. So I'm just going to select this PDF, open it, and it'll give me a couple of options here once it loads. It's kind of taking a while here. Okay, so everything totally just crashed then, and that's never happened to me before. It's probably just because of the combination of having everything up and running, and I also have a video processing in the background, so that probably did it. But anyway, it did pull up, and it's going to pull up with this menu, and you have the option to import as vector or import as image. You're always going to want to do import as image, and then you'll select your DPI, which is just your resolution. Most people say 300 is really good. With stuff like this where it's super intricate, I'm gonna go 500 maybe. There's not too noticeable of a difference. It does make the file pretty large, which is inconvenient if you're trying to share these, but that's just kind of the size that I like to use. So then it's going to import, and based on the size that you've chosen, that's how long it'll probably take to import this portion of the process. So it's loaded it, and as you can see now, I'll give it a moment or two here. Looks like it's giving me difficulty again. Okay, so it just loaded back again, and as you can see here with the PDF file, I have just one flattened image that's like not grouped or anything. It's literally just this image here that I can only move like this. And so then what you can do is, now that I have that loaded, I want to keep it centered the way it is. I'm going to go into my original file that's, movable, and I'm going to select all and paste it into another page. And so then what I'll do here is I'm going to go in, delete the text, anything that I specifically don't want to cut, and then I'm going to select everything. And so now I'm at the point where I just want it to cut the outlines of these shapes, not any of like what's going on in here. So I'm going to select all and hit merge, which is this button down here, and it'll merge everything. So then I'm going to go into the fill bucket, select empty fill, line color, you can choose whatever color. I like red because it stands out. And then you also want to go into your line style and make sure your thickness is 0 so that when you print, this doesn't show up. So I'm going to select this all, copy it, paste it on here. Usually if it's your first time copying and pasting onto this page, it'll just directly overlay it. If I were to paste again, it's going to put it slightly slanted and you're going to have to line it up, which is just a pain. So I would just open up a new file if that's the case, just to make sure that it's directly overlaid. And if I zoom in really close, you can see that it has this here lined up exactly. So then now I have the file ready to go. I can add my registration marks. I usually go with default because those always cut well with me. I've never had an issue with them at the default setting. And that's all, you're ready to go. Now when you go into your cut line, it's like when your whenever your customer or whoever opens up this file, or even you, when you're going in to print it quickly, you'll open the cut settings, and you can go into advanced, and it'll cut everything that's red. You can pick your material, your settings, etc., and it'll do it for everything that's red, which I think is really useful. You don't have to worry about anything else cutting than what has the border over it. And so the only difference between this and Basic Edition is that in Basic Edition, your software will not open PDFs. It will only open JPEGs. So what you need to do is you need to find or download either on the Windows Store, or if you're on a Mac, the Apple Store, and or even online. There are tons available online. A converter that will take a PDF and turn it into a JPEG. So then when you do that, it's literally the same process. You just have an extra step of turning it into a JPEG. You open the JPEG, line up, paste the lines on top, and that's it. And it's super easy, super quick. Let me know if you have any questions on any of my social medias. The only one that I don't really check that much is Pinterest and Facebook probably. All the others I'm like pretty active on, specifically blog, YouTube, Etsy specifically, I'm super active on, and Instagram. Those I can all answer any questions you have regarding this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.